This video is made for adult collectors because I tried a shot of Japanese whiskey the other day and almost died. That stuff was strong. So I just went downstairs to go get my G1 Magnus so I could have them for comparison, because I did write in the script some comparisons between G1 Magnus and this. I forgot I sold my G1 Magnus. I remember now, I sold my G1 Magnus in preparation for this Magnus version, but then I decided not to get the regular one. I wanted the Delta one after they revealed it. So I pre-ordered the Delta one, but I'd already sold my Ultra Magnus, and I completely forgot until just now that it's at Comic Alley, not sponsored. Oh well, I guess we're not showing off the original here. Egg. Missing link. Such a cool concept that I do like, but the price of entry is insane. More on that later though, because I don't want this entire video to just be me complaining about how expensive this is. That would be annoying. But the price isn't the only issue I have with this line as a whole. But here we have Magnus and Arcee. Well, more accurately, Delta Magnus and prototype colors Arcee. Arcee was bought at TFCon LA this year, but Magnus was purchased at Hobby Genki, who have it for a much more reasonable price. Ah, damn it, sold out. Pain. Well, they aren't directly sponsoring this video, but I will be adding some affiliate links to their site in the description below for other Takara exclusives they have on sale right now. But to make this video work as intended, I'm going to start in truck mode, and yeah, that is spot on to the Magnus truck. You can make out some of the new engineering bits on the missing link one over the G1 figure, but it's hardly an issue to me. I do wish the gun had a place to store other than pegging onto the side here, unless there is and I just missed it. But wait, he also comes with this little shit, and okay, he can hold the gun. There we go. Who is this? Who are you? What do you want? Why are you in my house? Power dive. All right then. He's like a small-ish deluxe sized thing, but he does look cool. There's also a little man inside. Or lady. I think this is a lady. It comes with a Diaclone driver. I do wish there was some paint breakup on this thing, but it is still a neat inclusion. Right, back to the big guy. He's blue. Roll credits. I was gonna do a bit where I put the whole Pirates of the Caribbean script in like credit roll thing. It's right there. I froze Premiere. Oops, and I didn't save, so I have to wait till it starts responding. All right, before we move on, Arcee is cool. The fact that they made the prototype one is so neat. There was no G1 Arcee figure. There was just a mock-up prototype in these colors that didn't transform, but it exists now, 40 years later. This really makes me hope that they do a Unicron. Please, I will actually like happily buy this if you made it, Takara. I know Takara's not watching this. It looks neat with that over-exaggerated shaping to the front of the alt mode and how compact it feels. I dig the orange and the pink with the red on the back and the blue seats. However, this front end, why did I do the same mistake twice? However, this front end has always looked like teeth to me, and I can't unsee that. It's so hot right now that the rub sign is activating. But Magnus's is going off too a little bit. It's, summertime. Unfortunately, the Diaclone driver doesn't fit in here because this was way after the Diaclone phase of Transformers, but it still would have been like neat if it worked, but that's me asking for too much. Magnus can hold her, and Sunstreaker, yes, I still have him, but other deluxes do fit inside. Separating the cab from the trailer for a bit, I love this blue. I've never seen G1 Prime in this shaded blue in person before, and I really like it. With that silver stripe and the chrome grille. Not much else to say about this other than it's just G1 Prime but blue, but if there was a Missing Link Prime mold I would have to keep over all of them, it would be the blue one, which is the case because I sold the rest of them. The missiles are weird, so they go in like friction missiles, so I would assume flipping these levers out would allow them to fire, but they don't. He does come with two different trailer hitches if you want the cab closer or farther from the trailer itself. It doesn't really change much for me. I just leave the extended hitch on the bottom and the regular one in the crotch section for less parts forming, because yes, this is a G1 toy, so there is some parts forming. All right, that's enough about the truck mode and Arcee's car. Let's just make them both robots. Oh, and don't forget about this little guy. So combining this guy with his trailer can be a little bit annoying because of how they've had to change all of the bits under here to make the articulation work. It's... Wait. There's a battle station mode and a whole cab mode. I should probably do those first, eh? So for the battle platform, you don't need to do anything with this. It's just mainly this. So we're gonna... take these off. We're gonna take that off. We're gonna take this off as well. Okay, probably best thing to do is to bring the arms out. Get them out of the way so we can actually get in here and remove this piece. And you wanna put that back onto there, and that's a vehicle. Then you take this, you bring this around like that, and you peg it into place. Then you wanna rotate these 180 degrees and bend these out like so. And then rotate them down so that they touch the ground, and they're now stabilizing the whole thing. We're gonna take the missiles and we're gonna plug them into here and here. And then you just sort of dock the truck there. Ta-da! You can plug this in back here if you want to, or I'm just gonna leave it off to the side. Yep, that's a thing. But hey, you get a tiny little car for the tiny little person. All right, now blue robot time. It's just G1 Optimus Prime with some extra steps. Like, it's not that hard. The legs are different though, I believe, from the regular Missing Link, because they have these little fold-up bits for the combined mode. But everything else about it is the same as the regular Missing Link, if you've ever had that. So you bring the arms out, you fold out the hands, straighten those out. Arms out, straighten out the hands, flip up the head, bring the legs down. You want to unpeg them, then bring them down, and then split them at the crotch and make sure the wheels stay pegged in. And then you fold up the feet and make sure the heels are folded flat. And then there you go. He's not in frame. That's it. There he is. Hooray. He fell over. I guess we'll do Arcee now as well, just to get her out of the way. So you take her gun off. The rub sign is still active. Then you want to pull the arms out from the sides. Ah, they're a little tight, but get them out. Then you want to flip it around. You want to bring the legs down and unpeg them from the back section here. So now you can shift that forward. Then you want to bring the legs all the way down and then slide them at the knee so they line up. Then you bring this section, you accordion it up and in. Then you open this up and you just bring this down. And then we'll just plug the gun into her hand. Then you want to fold out her heels on both sides. And there you have Missing Link Arcee. Yay, she's a little loose in her feet, but yay. Yeah, that's definitely such a cool looking Optimus. He's got a silver matrix and is pretty articulated. However, the thigh swivels are so damn tight, like tighter than my last two versions of this mold. Bordering on snapping if you don't rotate them close to the thigh. I don't understand why they do that, but all right, let's just get to the bit everyone wants to see. Let's make him Magnus, there we go, and get on with the weirdness of this mold and why I don't really like it. So to prep the cab, you just basically do what you would do if you were doing a G1 Magnus. However, there's some new stuff. So we're gonna fold the arms in, right? Just get them all tucked away properly and above the grill. You leave the head out, but on the normal one, you just fold the feet down and call it a day. But here, they have these little panels that you flip up, and then you bring the feet all the way up, and that basically clears a path for the knees to work because these feet would hang too low otherwise. So once you have that, we're just gonna leave the legs spread out and make sure the thigh swivel's straight. And that's him all ready to go. Notice he doesn't have the sliding rail pieces here that the original Magnus had to lock it into place. These bits, which this G1 Prime has. So I'm gonna see if this fits in the Magnus trailer in a second. But prepping the Magnus trailer, we're gonna take the missiles off, and then you're going to bring this section forward and split it. I rotate this around. I left the chest piece off by accident. There's a Diaclone driver in it. Get out. We'll clip this on, slide this up, that reveals the hand, rotate the hand. Again, compress it, rotate the hand. Then you fold these sections in and then flip these up and they will clip into place. Now we have to deal with the difference. So we'll get the arms out of the way first. You want to open these all the way up on both sides and then open this section up here as well. Now, let's see. It's got the sliding rail bits in here, so where did he go? Let's see if this guy fits. So let's just take his fists off, fold these up, open the chest, get those fists tucked in there, fold this down. Does he fit in Missing Link? Why am I having trouble? Ah, there it is. He doesn't want to... Oh, right. I left the trailer hitch in. You have to take the trailer hitch off. Then, does he fit? Sort of? Not really? No, he doesn't want to... He doesn't really want to sit flat because there's like a new little hook piece in here to keep it in place. So he's just gonna fall out. But we'll... I knocked this over. But we'll take the new one here and you bring him in. Get these pieces around. He'll clip on the crotch section like that. Get these squeezed together in here. Then you close these panels up and then these bits are going to peg into the holes at the back of the legs. So once you get those plugged in, it's kind of hard to get them plugged in. You get those there. We're going to then split the legs and get the ankle tilts activated so that he's got an A stance. And then you take the head, plug the head in at the top, take the missile launchers. I'm plugging these ones in here and here. Ah, there you have Delta Magnus. Huzzah! He's a bit weird. I almost forgot about this guy, power dive. So you want to take these and you want to fold them out, and then you bring these forward and that'll form his legs. Then you take this bit and you want to pull it forward like that. Bring the arms out on both sides. Fold this back up, rotate the head around 180 degrees. Then you peg these into the shoulders. Now these do not like to stay because I'm like, oh, I want to rotate them now. It'll come out. You have to sort of like push it in while rotating it to get the actual shoulder to move. Otherwise it will just unpeg itself. Then you extend the arms, and that's him all done. Now we're finished. And there he is in all his glory. Also, Arcee is here too. They both look the part. I do like how they actually made Arcee a real thing. Again, that's super cool. Her proportions are a bit strange, but the fact that this is a physical item I can hold is insane. She's also pretty clean too. The only weird thing hanging off the back is the alt mode fin, and she has a tiny pistol that you could probably lose if you inhaled next to it. It may look like an awkward figure, but because I like the design process of toys, this really appeals to me, awkwardness and all. All right, Magnus time. He's big and heavy, and not for nothing, he looks very good. The spitting image of that original toy. I love how all of the sticker detail is painted and these colors work so well on this mold, and he feels great. In hand, he's quite heavy and the plastic feels pretty good. Power Dive is also a neat inclusion even if he doesn't do much in this mode. His shoulders unpeg a lot though, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. All right, the things I don't like. All of this. So it does some weird ass things that don't really work, and it's because of how Missing Link has positioned itself, if that makes any sense. Perfectly accurate G1 toys is cool, but some of them just aren't built for articulation. Actually, they aren't made to pose at all. They weren't designed to do that. The legs down the back of the trailer part here don't really lend to much movement. And while I appreciate them trying to get it to work, being 100% faithful really came to bite them in the ass here. He has hip motion, but not a lot. Not to mention, they make you peg the blue bits on the legs into the thigh like the old toy, so you have to unclip them to bend the knee, and doing so is really hard and it feels like it's gonna break. I think if they made the legs of the cab fold up to the back of the truck and then plugged it in, you would have less intrusive parts and more room to work with on that lower body articulation. But because they went faithful, it causes a lot of collision issues. And then there's two sides to that coin, because I know some like me are okay with a bit of compromise to get the articulation part of this whole line to work, but there are other people who want this to be faithfully accurate to the original product, and both angles I think are completely fine. I completely understand both sides, and this is the solution they went with, and it doesn't really work for me. But also, how do you make this work? It's kind of impossible, at least for someone like me who isn't an engineer, to figure this out. Everything else works fine. The upper body, I have absolutely no issues with how it functions. He has his shoulder rockets and his handgun, and he looks very Magnus-y. Just don't turn him around. Oh my god, man, cover yourself up. So that articulation, right? The selling point of Missing Link is G1 with articulation. The head can rotate left and right, and because of the plate it sits on, it can go up and down. There is rotation at the shoulders that is ratcheted. The in and out is a bit weird, akin to 86 Magnus, because it's a pin on a plate, but at least this time it's ratcheted so it doesn't become loose over time. 86 Magnus. Bicep rotation, 90-degree bend at the elbow, also ratcheted, and wrist rotations that come off at 5mm pegs like the original toy. Oh, and the hands can open and close, which is really nice. Now we get to the bits that make me not want to mess with this. The legs. So because of all the latches and things that you use to hook up the Corebot, the legs only go forward this far. I like how the crotch plate moves to accommodate it, but yeah, you're not going to get a lot out of this. Oh, and you can forget about backwards motion. They can go in and out, but not that far. However, they did manage to get some form of thigh rotation into here, which I think is really cool, and I appreciate that. The knees, you have to press these clips in to pop the leg part to then bend the knee, and it's really annoying. Plus the ratchets are really thin and the plates are really thin, so you gotta be careful not to snap the leg when you're bending it. And he has ankle tilt. Look, I'm not expecting this to get into an Iron Man pose or that iconic Optimus Prime pose, but for a line that's adding articulation to ancient toys and charging this much for it, I would like there to be more. For those who are unfamiliar with exchange rates, these two numbers are equal in the same value wise, because one is US dollars and one's Canadian dollars, equal-ish. Yeah, so on to my biggest issue with Missing Link. It's too damn expensive. There are times where, being a business major, I understand why things cost the way they do. I may not like the reason, but I know the reason. Genuinely can't think of a reason as to why this is 174 US dollars or 200 US dollars from some stores that import it. If it was 150 US dollars at import price, I would be okay with it, but that's the same price as Star Optimus Prime. At its current price, it's either this or fucking Titan Grimlock. And you know which one I'd recommend more. Yes, Missing Link has diecast in it, sure. It also has a little bit more paint and stuff, but even still, if the amount of fun you're gonna have with an item, it's Grimlock. He clears it for me personally. If you're a G1 purist, then I totally get wanting this over Grimlock. That makes total sense. Or like Tidal Wave or something, who was also $200 US. Arcee is $100. This or Onslaught, take your pick, I guess. I just looked that up. What? I just looked that up. I didn't realize it was $100. I mean, yeah, on Pulse she is half off right now, so that's good, at much better price, and I would actually recommend you pick that up for that price. I think that's great. But the original MSRP makes no sense to me, and that's what I've been calling the Missing Link problem. It's too damn expensive. I don't recommend this or this. Well, okay, Arcee right now because she's half off, but still, that's like a lot of money. I do like the novelty of the item and what they represent, but damn, I'd rather just buy a commander over this. I'm probably not going to get Grimlock because I don't want to spend that much on him. If he hits a sale like Arcee, then sure, I'll bite. But I have a G1 Grimlock that I didn't pay that much for, even if it did end up being a knockoff. But that's my look at Missing Link Magnus and Arcee. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.